Hello. This brings us actually to Friday's stream. Let me adjust this a little bit so it's just a weird little me. So, this is, I guess, the last Kingdom Come Deliverance stream. Forever? No. We are going to do the Band of Bastards DLC and hop into a different game on Sunday with the next stream. So it's gonna be Gothic 2 if I get everything running, which should hopefully work out. So the Band of Bastards DLC starts with Soretzik, which is, or who, to be really precise, should be right here awaiting us for a little chat. So we hop into it.
Greetings. What do you need?
Father, can I ask you about something?
Of course, Henry.
I thought since we drove Toth out of the province, things would be better. I mean that the roads would be safer and so on, and, well, that's not entirely the case.
Ah, the naivety of youth. Driving him out of the province was only the start. He left a lot of cutthroats behind, and they'll be sticking to their trade. What's more, as long as there's a war going on, problems like this will keep coming up.
Well, what can we do about it?
Not an awful lot, unfortunately. My garrison is a shamble these days. I lost most of my men in Skalitz, and what I'm left with after Pribyslavitz is hardly enough even to guard Pigstein, let alone guarding the roads and patrolling the rest of the province. I simply don't have the men.
Uh-huh. I understand.
That is, I didn't have the men. As it happens, you've come at just the right time. Recently, I asked an old acquaintance for help. Sir Kuno of Rickwald and his mercenary band. The men who ride with him are a rough lot, mostly former convicts, but they're as capable as any squad of soldiers.
Well, excuse me for being so bold, but there's plenty of mercenaries around. Surely you can find a more respectable band?
You have a point, lad, but I'd like to tell you I talked to Kuno because I trust him. But actually my reasons are of a more pragmatic nature. You see, Kuno owes me a favour, so he'll serve me free of charge.
So, you want me to join them?
Yes, but that's not all. I told Kuno I'd send him a guide, but really what I need is for someone to keep a close eye on him and his men. Someone reliable. And I'd say you fit the part. Go and report to him at his encampment. You'll ride with his band on patrols and make sure they don't get too disorderly.
Who is this Sir Kuno of Rickwald?
He's the last baron of the House of Rickwald, which became impoverished. So he took to the mercenary trade, like many poor noblemen do, unless they become robbers, which often isn't all that different. He's certainly an entertaining companion, but as a mercenary, well, let's just say he has his own particular approach to certain matters.
That sounds a little worrying.
Oh, it's nothing too bad. Just that now and again he needs reminding not to step over the line.
How is he indebted to you?
I did him quite a big service, actually. I saved him from the hangman.
Oh, that sounds like quite a story. How did it happen?
You should ask him. You'll be spending quite a while riding together, so it'll help pass the time. But one thing I can tell you, he seems to have taken inspiration from me. A lot of his men had their own encounters with the executioner too.
All right, I'll go and report to him.
Excellent. He set up camp between Ratai and Ledechko. It's a good base for covering the province. Good luck, Henry. And watch out for yourself.
I will, sir. Thanks.
God be with you.
And that sounds like a awfully interesting quest, to be certain. Okay, here's the camp. This obviously Ledechko. Okay. Well, I was expecting him somewhere else, to be completely honest there, but well, fair enough. If I take a look at the stats, we don't have to sleep and everything, but we could see the weaponsmith, we could see the armorsmith. Well, on one hand, I'll definitely do some selling, And more importantly, we are going to repair some of our stuff, since on the one hand we are going on with bandits. I'm just expecting, is trouble the right word? I'm expecting at least a little bit of fighting. That is just what I expect. Hello Kadesh, nice that you have joined for this wonderful last DLC we do on stream. I hope you had a wonderful week until today.
God save you.
Or this evening, to be very, very precise. Ah, I almost forgot about repairs. Okay, that's quite expensive. No, it's not expensive, not at all. That's nice. Joy Steel. Hello Meek. Nice that you have joined too. I hope you had a wonderful week too.
God be with you. See you later.
Okay, that we then can quickly sell. Okay, we are still going to fast travel there, and then we are going to go to the band of bandits, or to the bandits camp, to say it like this. If I am able to find, okay, the bridge is to the other side. Sword we can put away, like the bow.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this should be fine. Okay, yes. The right way it is. And that looks like a bloody camp. Go to Kuno's encampment completed.
I'll be with you. I'm looking for Sakuno. Sakuno? Baron Rickvold. Isn't this his camp?
You won't get nothing out of him. You must be Radzig's man. I heard he was supposed to send someone.
Yes, Sir Radzig sent me as a guide. I'm Henry.
I'm Jakey. And this here fella, we call the Stone.
I can see why. What's up with him? Cat got his tongue?
No, more like the dog got it. The executioner's dog. When the executioner ripped it out of him. Anyway, you better come along with me. I'll introduce you to the other fellas. And the chief. These here are the Bearman brothers, Petter and Jan. They're a barrel of laughs, except when they're too drunk to string two words together. Like now. Don't get on the wrong side of them, though. When their blood is up, well, it ain't a pretty sight.
Pleased to make your acquaintance, I'm sure.
Never mind the fancy poses, Stefan. You're trying to kill the fucker, not teach him how to dance. And you, Dangler, stand your ground. Don't let him lead you round by the nose.
Sir? Well, sir, this is Henry. From Lord Coburler.
Ah, it's about time Radzig got round to this. We need someone who knows their way around these parts. Leave off with the bowing and curtsying. We don't hold with that tomfoolery here. Jakey! Where the hell are you sneaking off to? Go to the farm and get water. The lads are thirsty.
But I went last time.
And you'll go next time, you ungrateful pup. Get your ass moving. Snot-nosed brat. You pull them out of a pile of shit, and they thank you with back talk. Where were we? Oh yeah. We need a guide who knows these parts. So I hope I can rely on you, Herman.
It's Henry.
Right. Well, as I said to Radzig, I don't want to carry any dead weight. We could find ourselves in some very tight situations where every sword counts.
I know how to handle a sword, all right?
I've heard a lot of fellas say that. They still ended up on the wrong end of one. We'll find out. Stefan, take a break. Dangler, let's find out what Harold here can do.
Sure. No problem, Chief.
And that should hopefully be easy enough. Okay, it's a fight with real swords, that's quite nice.
God, we...
That was a little bit mean, but... Fighting one guy is actually my specialty. Okay, ain't no stamina, that ain't nice.
Curse it! Sorry, lad, but like I said, I need someone who can handle a weapon well, and that's not you.
What? You're not going to take me?
No, you just hold us back. But maybe you're just having a bad day. We'll be camping here for some time yet, so if you can whip yourself into shape, come back again, and we'll see.
Huh. Right. Thanks.
That was a titsy little bit embarrassing, actually. Do we
Charging battery.
have a save game? Thanks to autosave. Then we are going to do the fight again. I'm not gonna... Oh, bloody crap. So we could have camped there. First fail of the stream. Nice. But then we are going to skip out the selling stuff. I'm so sorry. I'm just bad at fighting. Although one-on-one fighting is really my specialty. But maybe we are supposed to lose the first fight. Isn't that possible too? Let's find out again. And yes, I'm gonna save before. But luckily it is not that far away. And we can skip the bloody talking. if I would ride in the right direction. Oh man. There we are. Let's just in case save. So if anything happens again, we can load up quickly and don't have the way in front of us. Alright, let's...
I'll be with you. I'm looking for Sakuno.
I don't understand why you loaded the game. He oh, bloody hell. He told you that you can try again. Kadesh, I had the hope, and with being totally naive, that I would be able to, oh bloody hell, load the game in front of the camp and actually save some time. That was the thought there. Because I'm actually quite certain, unless we are supposed to lose, that we can actually beat him. To have full HP and... yep, actually. Okay, yes, we could have just slept there. Okay, that was a bad move. I hate this counter. It's always bloody hitting. But it's obviously not doing damage. That's nice. Okay.
Shit!
I'll try, Kadesh, I'll try. I'll do my best. Oh god, okay. At least we are not bleeding. As of yet. Okay, stamina. Okay, half stamina. He's a tough cookie. At least he's really blocking nicely. Kicking nicely, stabbing nicely.
Bollocks!
But at least a few hits we did. Okay, let's see.
You didn't fare badly at all, I must say. You can ride with us.
All right, good. Thanks.
Don't thank me yet. You don't know what you're letting yourself in for.
Sir Kuno, can you tell me something about yourself?
Drop the sir. That title brought me nothing but grief. But what do you want to know?
Sir Radzig told me the Rickvold family lost its wealth. How did that happen?
There's all sorts of ways to become impoverished. Nothing easier. Especially when your father's a fool. And your mother's mad as a bat.
Oh.
But it's a long and twisted story. We took our name from Rickvold Castle. But that actually belonged to the convent of the Poor Clares in Tynitz. And my father only leased it. You see, he knew the abbess there since they were young. Knew her very well. There was even talk that she only joined the order because her family wouldn't let her marry him. Anyway, whether he was fucking her right there in the convent, or he just took a lot of interest in scripture, he spent an awful lot of time in Tynitz.
Oh, he might have been after a bit of both.
Sinning and confessing all in one place. Well, I can see the convenience of it. Anyway, my mother never had strong nerves. Truth be told, her sanity was always shaky. Pa's escapades drove her cuckoo entirely. Then, one frosty December morning, I was woken by screaming and smoke. I looked out the window. I saw my mother there, in the courtyard, wreathed in flames. Behind her, the stables, the farm buildings and the tower were burning too. And she just stood there, shrieking with laughter.
Christ, that sounds like a scene straight out of hell.
Hellish it was, I can tell you. Me and my sister Adela and a few servants managed to get out before the whole place went up. I couldn't get to my father. Or my little brother. Poor lad was only 7. My sister and I were left destitute after the fire. Then my cousin, Adam of Drevich, took us into his castle. A few weeks later, he offered to buy what was left of our estates and sell me a small fortress near a Kovnik. It was a great relief. We suddenly had some hope of a future again. So I told my sister about it. And it was the biggest mistake of my life. A week later, the two of them announced to me they were getting married. And all that was left of our estates, lands, woods, villages, Adela was to get it all as a dowry.
But surely that was for you to decide. You were the head of the family, right?
Aye. Only I barely had 17 years under my belt, and I'd just lost everything. Of course, I argued with them, and that was the only excuse they needed to kick me out of Drevich too.
That's pretty harsh.
You're telling me. But I'm not complaining. As my pa always used to say, if you can turn your hand to something, you'll never be lost. I doubt it ever crossed his mind how often I'd remember those words.
Sir Radzig told me the Rickvold family lost its wealth. How did that happen?
There's all sorts of ways to become impoverished. Nothing easier. Especially when your father's a fool and your mother's mad as a bat.
Oh.
But it's a long and twisted story. We took our name from
Oh, that
Rickvold
we
Castle,
already had, right?
but that actually, you see, he knew the abbess there since they were young. Knew her very well. There was even talk that she only joined the order because her... Anyway, whether he...
What about your debt to Sir Radzig? How did that come about?
A twist of fate, lad. I was fighting in the hostilities between the House of Schallenberg and the town of Colleen. Some trade dispute it was, and I fought under the Schallenberg colours. In the end, the two sides negotiated a truce, and I rode to Colleen with the delegation that was to parley there. We stopped off at an inn on the way, and it was there that I met Radzig Kobyla. I could tell at first sight he was a man after my own heart. A likeable rogue, with a sharp mind and a merry soul. We spent the whole night drinking together and talking, and in the morning we set off together, with sore heads, but in good temper, since he was travelling the Colleen same as I was. Only, once we reached the city gates, they arrested me on the spot. Seems the burghers had it in for me, since I'd been making their lives hell for a good 6 months. On the other hand, I was a member of the peace delegation, so by rights, they shouldn't have even looked at me sideways. And then it hit me why Radzig was there. Colleen is a royal city, so he was there to represent the king's interests.
I see. So he was on the other side.
That's right. Anyway, they threw me in a dungeon, and a few days later word reached me that the Schallenbergs had reached an agreement with the burghers. Only part of the deal was they would give them my head. And I'd surely have ended my days swinging from the town battlements if it hadn't been for Radzig. He liked me, and he could see it was a dirty trick, so he somehow squared things with the city council.
Lucky for you.
Indeed. I owe my life to Radzig, and I'll never forget it. He's asked me twice before for help. This is the third time, and how could I refuse him?
I'd like to ask about your men.
Ask away.
What about the fellow they call Dangler?
I've never ridden with a better man, I can tell you. He doesn't say a lot, but for that, he listens all the better. Nothing escapes him.
So he scouts for you?
Not just that. It's happened more than once. I was closing a deal with someone, and Dangler told me after that he didn't like the smell of the fellow. Nearly every time he was right, and the fellow tried to stab me in the back afterwards.
Those Behrman brothers are quite a pair.
Indeed they are. There's no more mercy in them than in, well, a bear. If I told them to skewer you on the spot, they'd do it, without batting an eyelid.
Jesus.
Oh, aye. They'd argue first about which one of them got to do the job. But they're as obedient as a huntsman's dogs. Real soldiers, a pair of them. Reliable, as long as they don't get too drunk. Then there's no keeping them under control. But nobody's perfect.
What can you tell me about Stefan?
Fletching? For one thing, he's a very resourceful fellow.
How did he come to join your band?
Well, let's just say he was in the right place at the right time. You'll find he has quite a knack for that.
What exactly happened?
Sorry, I'd love to tell you the whole story, but I'd be betraying his trust.
Oh, now you've got me curious. Maybe I should ask him myself.
Sure, why not? Our Fletch does love to converse.
What about that dumb one? How did he end up with you?
The stone? Oh, he just kind of tagged along.
Just like that?
Aye, just like that. We were riding from Olomouc to a castle past Kladsko, when we ran into him and some other wayfarers camping along the way. You know how it goes. We made acquaintance with them, had a drink or two. Then we travelled on together. After all, there's safety in numbers.
I'm not sure I'd be thinking that if I ran into you lot on the road.
We might have done some things I ain't proud of, but wayfarers are sacred even for me. Anyway, our fellow travellers dropped off along the way. One in Mohelnitz, one in Schoenberg, and the rest in Kladsko. Except for the stone. He stuck with us the whole way. The fellas kept asking him what he was after, but of course he never said a word. When we were approaching Barsdorf, I ordered the men to get rid of him. I had some business at the castle, and I didn't want any strangers sticking their noses in. Stefan tried to tell him nicely, but he just sat there, staring like he was turned to stone. That's when we gave him the name. Then the Behrman brothers tried to get him off his horse. He booted Jan in the face and knocked him out cold. Then he jumped down and felled Petter with one punch. A man who can do that is a man you want on your side. So we kept him.
Weren't you worried about having a stranger in your band? Especially one who didn't talk.
No, I figured if you can't talk, you can't tell. Besides, I've had worse.
What about Jakey?
Jakey, that boy will be the death of me. You've got to be tough on him, or he's good for nothing. But I'm fond of him, in a way.
Like a son?
I wouldn't go that far. But I've no family of my own. And unlike those other cutthroats, he seems to me like a good lad.
Well, you're pretty hard on him, though. And the others keep him on his toes, too.
The boy needs a firm hand. I was like him once, and I got the same too. If we let him be, we'd end up with a third bear man. And who'd want that?
True. 2 is more than enough. Should we ride out?
Aye, we ought to set out on patrol about now. Hope you've got your kit ready and whatnot. I'd like to head to the north. Is there anything interesting that way?
North of here, Samapesh and Merhoyed are that way, and Talmberg is a bit further on. There's stables in Merhoyed.
I wouldn't mind paying a visit to those stables. We can go through there.
And from there?
From there, we'll follow our noses. Something interesting is sure to turn up. I feel it in my bones. Mount up and let's go.
Sure. Chief.
Alright, Bad Blood. So, we got to know the band. Oh, fast travel with a new logo, that's nice. I had a little bit of fear that we needed to travel there all by ourselves, not on autopilot. So let's see what the first quest is actually going to be all about. Bad Blood doesn't sound good, right? Doesn't sound promising, maybe. Okay, how far are we? Okay, I'm not gonna argue.
What a fine day, eh, brother?
Indeed, brother.
You know what I like best about days like this, Jan?
The scent of chamomile wafting from the hillsides.
Among other things.
Ah, like the rounded hills, rising,
Sorry for the disruption there. I should have slept actually. But we are just gonna eat some marigold. Okay, now they are not talking.
glistening in a mossy hollow.
The sweet aroma of honey in the air.
The sturdy poplar, standing tall and erect.
Aye. It reminds me of that day. That day where the two of us fucked Fletcher's ma.
Very droll. You'd make a stuffed part laugh.
Your ma's a stuffed bird. I stuffed her myself.
I can't smell any chamomile.
Well, men, how are things?
May I?
Yes, Fletch?
How shall I put it? I'm a little concerned about the prospects in these parts, Chief.
Oh, how's that?
I've been looking around, and if you'll pardon me, it seems to me that we've been stuck for a long time in the arsehole of beyond.
It's not Paris, France, I'll grant you.
What I mean to say is, I haven't got any new kit or arrows since the
Your kind of jokes?
It makes me uneasy.
That's nice.
I see. What about the rest of you?
I don't know what Fletcher's moaning about. There's plenty of booze and loose wenches nearby.
Not to mention fools in a tavern who don't know when to stop rolling those dice.
Dangler?
It's the arsehole of beyond everywhere we go. And it always makes me uneasy.
Jakey?
Fletch can complain. I was supposed to get a suit of armor, and all I got was a shitty kettle hat.
Sorry, but they don't do hauberks in girls' sizes.
Oh? Well, how did you get yours then?
All right, I appreciate your honesty, lads. Don't worry, there will be plunder. We're here to fight. To the victor the spoils. That's how it's always been. But no purse of silver will shed blood for you on the battlefield. That's what this company is for. And I hope you never forget the golden rule. You can joke all you want. Moan all you want, but nothing will keep your skins in one piece better than trusting your leader, who you choose by your own free will. So don't ever forget that.
Amen.
Mm-hmm.
Chief, think there's something going on over there.
Let's go. Behind me and keep your eyes peeled.
Okay, ah, now we are going faster. Okay, there's some smoke. And maybe a little bit of a fight. Yeah, quite a funny company, right? The riding, joking and talking actually...
What do you expect this time, fellas?
Russian, hidden in a piss pot under the bed. A nice chunk of beef. No one there will be eating.
On account of it'd just fall out through the holes in their bellies, eh, brother?
My mouth is already watering, brother, and I ain't even touched a purse yet.
Once you get your hands on some loot, I'll be happy to play you for your hard-earned groschen back at the camp.
Poor old Fletch. Never gets to see the action from close up.
What about you, Dangler? What do you expect to find?
Utility in human suffering, like always.
Always full of good cheer, eh, Dangler? Why don't you take a leaf out of Stone's book? Shut the fuck up.
Jesus, I wish you'd all shut the fuck up.
reminded me of the 2001 King
Keep your eyes
or
peeled,
3
though.
King Arthur movie, the
There might
beginning.
be someone hiding out here still. Look for clues and question the survivors, if there are any.
Okay, then we have a nice little investigation. So this is actually quite nice. This game actually felt a little bit sometimes like a detective game. I sometimes felt like a forensic guy.
No signs of resistance. They simply slaughtered them like animals. They weren't even armed. God almighty. Looks like it happened fast.
Better than slow. Okay, isn't there one dude? Okay, he's from us, alright. Okay, he's, I think, rubbing the dead body. Alright, that is something I don't like, but what we sadly enough did too. Okay, into the house, if we can get into...
Poor wretch.
Yep. Poor boy. Luckily, we can read. And that's a nice shield, actually.
Kuno will want to know about this.
Okay, we are not gonna pickpocket our allies. Although that would be quite funny.
I found this shield in a shed along with a letter. Seems like someone left us a message.
Show me that. I know that crest. It's the House of Zool. A dangerous lot, God's truth. I don't think we'll find anything else here. We'll stay here a while, just in case. And you should go and report to Radzig what happened.
What do you know about these Zools?
A family of impoverished nobles. They fought in the Margraviate Wars in Moravia. But what they're after in Bohemia, I've no idea.
I thought I could go and search for those raiders. They might not have gotten very far yet.
All right. It's always good to have an extra pair of eyes. We'll keep searching here for a while, and then head back to the camp.
Alright. I was expecting something else. I was actually expecting that we were immediately gonna ride after the guys or search where they are. But fair enough. Report to Sir Retzik. Is there anything else in the quest log? Let me... Optional, try and find traces of the attackers. Okay. Let's actually... it's optional. I have no clue that we A, gonna find something. And B, if the optional part is actually gonna give us... Well, whether that's gonna help out. After all. The thing is, that could be everywhere around. Okay, first of all, I needed to move that one, so we are not overloaded anymore and can actually sprint around. So we are going to look around in a certain radius around the farm. Since there are no markings on the map, no indications where we could go. So this is actually just going to be quite accidentally that we actually find something. Okay, I thought we could punch them too. But obviously they are instantly running away once we are trying to go after them.
Did the raiders leave any tracks?
Well, they came from the northwest. A horse or two and a few men on foot.
Anything else?
No, nothing.
Okay, northwest. That's a little clue. And obviously we are able to talk to the... No. I thought we might be able to talk to the other guys. Which we will actually try. I have no clue where to go. I actually, well, not that I prepare myself for certain things, but
Smells pretty good for a stiff.
I at least read the introduction, so I knew where we need to go to actually get on with the quest.
You found anything interesting?
Fuck all. They cleaned him out good and proper. But one fella was still alive.
And what did you do with him?
Don't you worry. I seen plenty of wounded fellas, and he wouldn't have made it. So, I put him out of his misery.
I see. And did he tell you anything?
He mumbled something about some Lord... something. Zool, I think.
He could be the one who left this letter here.
More bread. I could
But
open a
in the
bake-
end that we already knew from the shield. So I just want to go with this option too.
Would you stop doing that?
You think they'll have any use for this stuff?
That's not the point. Robbing the dead isn't right.
That's what you say. I say it's all the fucking same to them. They're dead. And Prague Groshen are worthless in Lombardy. Never mind in the hereafter.
I'm telling you for the last time, stop it.
And I'm telling you for the last time, I see no reason why I should.
Please now channel advertisement in chat. That would be very, very kind.
Because I'm fucking telling you to stop. Now go and do your job. Sir Razak isn't paying you to loot corpses.
Now you've gone too far. Boy! No! You're going to cry now? Ow!
That's actually what I wanted to say too. Thank you, Kadesh.
All right. Leave me be, for Christ's sake.
There should be a certain code of conduct, right? No direct spoiling and no advertisement like that. I don't even know where this is actually coming from. Coming actually to think about it, I never... Okay. Just taking a look how I can actually kick and ban people, but obviously I can only put them in timeout. That's a little bit weird. But I can hide the user, okay.
Jesus Christ, what a massacre.
Some people are just missing, well, some good education. Trying out the banhammer. Be careful, with great power comes great responsibility. Yep, I know. I just wanted to... I've actually never took a look in chat how I can, so to say, moderate certain things. But I guess putting users in timeout, if they do not behave, is just fair enough. I was just wondering what I would do, or what I could do if... No, I won't let power corrupt me. Don't bother. Because I have you at my side, Kadesh, and Meek would actually tip me in the right direction, I hope, if I do something wrong.
Did you find any tracks?
Some. They rode off through the meadow towards dawn. They're avoiding the road, which is interesting.
Towards dawn?
Meaning towards the east. Apart from the mounted ones, there were some men on foot too. Well weighed down.
Oh, they can't move too fast then.
No. And what's more, they left a trail of blood. One or more of them might be wounded. Either that, or they dragged off some poor bastard from here.
Nice work. Thanks.
And for that, Kadesh, I'm very, very grateful. Very, very grateful. Okay, one is wounded and they dragged him somewhere. But I did not see blood. Well, they said sorry, maybe they're nice, I don't know. He actually left pretty damn quickly, but I don't... I think for me it is... I'm not insulted by stuff like that. Definitely not. But I think for me it's I'm trying to find the right words. I think you don't go in chats of other people and try to bloody advertise your channel. I think that's just something you don't do. If you have at least a little bit of honor. It's just my opinion, but maybe I'm a little bit too harsh on that.
Poor creature.
Not that he would
Hunted
get any
down like
attention. There was nothing insulting, just annoying. Yep, that's... I mean, this is what I... Just for my annoyance. That's the reason why I actually deleted the message. I think there's a certain... Now I'm just thinking about what he said related to the story. I didn't even want to repeat in case Meek missed it. Yep, I read... This was actually the most annoying part. Maybe they're 12 years old and don't know better. Well, yes. But I didn't ban him or anything. I just deleted the bloody messages. Everyone is welcome here. But... I mean, what the hell? What for attention you can even get from a channel which receives now, or which has now 3 viewers. You don't even get that much of attention, so... Anyways, let's just ignore that.
Looks like they carried away a lot of stuff.
Okay, apples won't do us good. It's a nice little garden, right? Do you know what? I'm really looking forward to the summer every time, and this is one of the few games which actually always wants me when we are here going through the forest and I'm hearing the birds. I always want to go in one forest and just walk and enjoy nature. Have you played Portal? Yeah, both of them. Both parts. And I loved Portal. Back in the game, back in the time where Valve was still releasing games and not only paying attention to their platform. Sadly enough. Great, I have something to show you. Nice. Do. I assume you're gonna send it via Twitter, right? Okay, I'm actually gonna... Kadesh is actually gonna search it around. Not around, but is doing his searching it out. I'm actually gonna do a tinsy little break. Just gonna to the restroom, grab my smartphone, and I'll be back in a minute. Alright, I received a message. Kadesh sent a photo. Oh, that's nice. That's a nice one. That was the boss enemy, right? How was it called again? Not the boss, but the last one you actually took out, right? That's a nice tattoo. I like. So the both of you have gaming tattoos. Gladys, that was the name, and I liked her humor, to be honest. I think she had very, very great... She said great things. Funny things, at least. If I would have been in that situation, I wouldn't think of it as funny, but I liked the character. But was Gladys in the second part or in the first one? Or am I actually effing up right now? There was a second part, right? Best humor in any game, yes. Exactly, there was a second part. Yes, and in the second part there was even the small robot talking to you too, right? Oh. Yes, Gladys. Yes. Ah, Wheatley. Yes. Ah, that one I enjoyed too. And I liked his accent. Oh. Little idiot. What I think was really, really cool. Sadly enough, I think it didn't get designed to be a moron. Yep, it didn't get into the movie, but wasn't in the Pacific Rim trailer. They used the voice of Gladys. That I think was really, really cool. It did get into the movie. Okay, that I don't even remember. That's even cooler. I liked the voice. It was so amazing. Okay, bloody hell. Something, I remember it, and I don't... Oh, you don't watch... Okay, not to get spoiled, I get it. Or not to get any spoilers, to be precise. I get it. Okay, track the raiders. There should be something I am missing. And I'm currently not 100% certain what. Okay, with this one I can't interact. Is there anything around? Okay, that would lead us to the airports. Okay, I just thought I heard some flies indicating some sort of rotten body. Ah, here's something. And it is actually out of the bloody area. Well,
seems they met some resistance at the farm.
Fun fact. But it's actually the leading point from B to C. Okay, I accept that.
What a waste. At least I know which way they went.
And there is a small house, maybe, in the back. ain't gonna gather them herbs. So was the tattoo actually painful at that location? I mean, I guess it depends from person to person, how much pain, resistance, whatever. But I could imagine that on that side of the arm it is painful, more painful than on the other side. And there the bodies are. In case we are going to... It is, okay. I believe that totally. Okay, and now we can actually report back to Sir Retzik, try and find traces of the attackers. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and at least 8 guys. I think that I should not do that all by myself. Even though in this game I sometimes feel like Superman. Quest log, bad blood, deal with the raiders, but not before we have reported to Sir Retzik. And one more thing, Kadesh, how long did it take to do the tattoo? I mean, there are not too many colors in it, right? But I like it. About 3 hours, okay. That's okay. They're gonna get... okay. What is becoming? Highlights or more colors? But highlights there already are, right? That gives us actually the time, since time is of the essence, to take actually a little nap with our lady. And we can grab some food, not that is utterly important. I want to add the companion cube, a little turret and some background. Okay. Oh, the companion cube. I have so many fond memories of this wonderful game.
I've got some...
Thank you. What's that dog you have here? He looks familiar.
Don't you remember him? It's Mart, the butcher's dog from Skalitz.
Ah, of course. When I went back to bury my parents, he was guarding his master's dead body. Faithful dog. How come he's here?
When we carted you here, we took Mart along too. He's been hanging around the mill ever since.
Okay.
How's he doing?
Okay, I'm gonna skip that. I'm sorry, I'm actually always very intrigued with the conversations. But this is not for the DLC, I'm so sorry.
Alright.
And now we have a dog, in case you have missed. I just wanted to sleep. And something to eat, and then it is all good. I'm actually a little bit sad that this is the last evening on stream with this game. I always hate when games are over. Weird trait. Don't get porky again. You know how much I love being over eaten. I love it. I need to compensate with real life, you know? Okay, we practically don't need to eat. Okay, then we are going to find Dad. Hello, Jake. First time, nice that you're here. Very, very much appreciated. And thank you for the like if that was you. Very, very much appreciated as well. Okay, fun fact, if I would have not fast traveled, we will already probably be at Sir Redzek. Now we have a nice little loading animation, which is a little bit weird, but well. If the game is good anyways, a little bit of loading ain't that much of a problem. Okay, Sir Redzek, I suppose he's gonna be in the first floor. As lazy of a dad as he is. Oh. Kingdom Come Deliverance, the best game I've ever played. It's one of the best, at least for me, one of the most amazing games, yep. And I'm still... I want the second part, and I hope they are really, really developing a second part. And I'm very, very intrigued that for the 2 evenings the devs were actually in chat, that I didn't ask about the second part, but probably they wouldn't have been able to talk about it, obviously. But well.
God be with you, lad. What can I do for you?
Sir, I'm afraid I have some bad news. We came across a burnt-out farm near Merhoyed.
Toth must have left some of his cronies behind.
Now, this is something else, sir. We found a shield there with a crest. A tricolour star on a blue field.
I know that coat of arms, unfortunately. It's the House of Zul.
There was a letter there, too.
Show it to me. Although I think I already know what it will say.
Here you are, sir.
Unscrupulous beast. Cruelty and malevolence. I challenge you to face me in a duel, defend your honor. Antinomious wretch. Well, that's nice. Signed, Hagen Zul. As I expected, old grievances coming back to haunt me.
This Sir Hagen wants to challenge you to a duel.
Apparently, he still hopes I will agree to this kind of outmoded solution to disputes.
But surely you can't refuse a challenge to a duel. What about your honor?
Henry, my boy, honor is a splendid thing, and it should be held in high regard. But in time, you'll learn that some matters are not so straightforward.
Like this one?
Yes, like this one. The only reason Hagen is challenging me now is that he has a marked advantage. I've served as the royal hetman for the last 15 years and become a courtier. Hagen, meanwhile, was fighting in the Margraviate Wars in Moravia, and elsewhere as a mercenary. Which of us do you think would win a duel? That's not honor, but an abuse of honor. Commonplace opportunism. I don't blame him for trying, but I'm not such a fool as to play by his rules.
What happened between you and Sir Hagen?
That's a long story.
Well, if I'm to know what I'm up against, I'll need to hear at least the gist of it.
True. All right, in a nutshell. Several years ago, I had to resolve a bloody feud between the Zuls and another family. The Zuls were clearly in the wrong, but refused to accept my ruling. So, I hanged the head of the family, razed their castle to the ground, and confiscated their property. Ever since then, they've had it in for me, not surprisingly.
But you acted in good conscience.
Yes, although in retrospect it might seem excessively harsh. And it doesn't help that the other family is related to mine.
What happened between you and Sir Hagen?
That's a long story.
Ah, bloody hell, sorry.
Well, what are we going to do about this?
You and Kuno's band will just have to deal with Hagen and prevent further mayhem. The longer he's marauding around these parts, the greater the chances that I'll finally have to succumb to his conditions.
So you'd fight him, if it came to that?
Let's hope it doesn't come to that. But maybe there's something else behind this challenge. Maybe it's coin he's after. Who knows?
All right. We'll deal with him, sir.
I'm sure you will, Henry.
Alright.
Goodbye.
I'm sure no one has ever asked about that. The House of Zool sounds like some black magic shit. Isn't Zool something in some other game too? Zool Zarak? Wasn't it something in World of Warcraft? Somehow the thing is ringing in my head. But as annoying as it is, I can't come up with it. Alright, meet Kuno in the encampment, and then we can bloody Zulfarak it was, okay. The troll dungeon. I spent a happy Sunday there when I was in school. Very, very lovely. Or do Azul Group? What? No, then I'm messing up. What was the dungeon? The troll dungeon in Booty Bay? Was it Booty Bay? Yes, Zulfarak was. Okay, now I'm intrigued. Okay, yes, Zul'Gurub was in Booty Bay. Oh, not in Booty Bay, but near Booty Bay, right? Oh. Oh, yes. Oh, God. I gotta play World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
I'm really, really being pulled into that direction.
Yeah. Yeah.
But hey, there's gonna be a Diablo Resurrected. And after Warcraft 3 Reforged, are we not all looking forward to that?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, why do I come up with Blizzard? What a company.
Yeah.
No, Diablo Resurrected is, so to say, Diablo 2 Remastered. That, you're talking about Diablo Immortal, Kadesh, I think.
Yeah.
I don't. I hate those newish things. I hate all those things which actually are too futuristic, like the internet, for example. Which I still think will not be a thing which will be here long. It's just a hype.
Henry, come here. Henry!
when the guy asked them if Diablo Immortal is an out of season April Fool's joke. Yep, that guy had balls, and you. This is what I'm. If you're visiting such a panel, you even gotta props to him that he came up with that joke.
Come here, I want to ask you something. I'd been to see Sir Radzig.
So how did he take the news?
Well, he wasn't exactly happy about it.
I can well imagine. I wouldn't want the Zulls plundering my estates either. If I had any.
He wants us to carry on patrolling the area. There's nothing else for it.
That makes sense. I don't think he'll come to us. So we'll just have to hope we run into him. I'd like to check out the big forest to the north, and then carry on via Ujits.
Sure.
Mount up then, and let's go.
What I'm a little bit confused about, we didn't take out the camp, right? There was at least an indication in the quest log. And I thought after talking to Sir Radzig, we would automatically go there and kill them. So that is something we gonna need to check out too. Once the talking, the chatting here is going to be over, we might do that.
Please, can we stop for a bit? My arse is aching, and I've such a thirst I could drink a moat dry.
Same here. What do you say, Chief?
Not to worry. We'll reach it soon. We'll spend the night there.
I heard they've got a peculiar priest there. They say he drinks like the devil himself.
There's nothing strange about that. Every other man of the cloth is a swill pot.
Or a lecher.
Or both.
Quiet. Listen.
For the love of God, help!
Please, sir, help me.
Don't worry, lass. Nothing to fear. We're with Sir Radzig, in the manner of speaking. What's the matter?
These brigands came. The menfolk fled and left us there. They started pillaging the place, drinking whatever they could find and smashing things. I ran off, but the other girls... You've got to save them. Please, I beg you.
Easy, lass. Drinking, you say?
Aye, sir. They rolled the casks into the courtyard and started swilling like pigs from a trough.
Well, as our old cook used to say, if you want to make a proper goulash, you should soak the meat in ale for a while to soften it first.
Let them get well soaked, and then go and chop them up. Good thinking, Chief.
But what about the girls? Those men, they were...
I'm sure your friends won't be getting nothing they ain't had before.
Well, unless they be nuns.
Kuno, the girl's right. If we delay, her friends will pay the price for it.
I appreciate your advice, Henry. But it's caution that'll keep you alive, not chivalrous deeds.
You promised Sir Radzig you protect his fiefdom, and that means his subjects too.
Come on, it's not like their lives are in any real danger. Hagen's men just want a bit of fun.
A bit of fun? Are you fucking serious? You know very well, Kuno, how innocent girls can end up after a bit of fun with animals like that. Well, I, for one, am not going to sit back and let it happen, even if I have to creep in there myself and try to rescue them.
Oh, all right. It's not the smartest thing to do. But let's go and tackle those fuckers if that's how you want it.
Good. Thanks.
Right. We better try and save those girls from Hagen's brutes. Let's go!
Yep, we can't let anything happen to them ladies. That is actually the right decision. Definitely, definitely, definitely.
Who wants their back covered?
My right arm is stiff since last night. Cover that side for me.
It's all in the wrist dangler.
I hope it's actually there on YouTube not too dark. Should I turn the gamma a little bit higher? I could put out the torch, but for being undercover right now, I think that is not good. I love those guys and their jokes. Me too.
That's not really our style, Sonny.
Anyway, Jan stinks to high heaven. They'd smell him a mile off.
And they'd hear your loudmouth blabbering a mile off, too.
Fuck!
Wash up, brother. Harden your mouth.
It's okay, don't worry. Okay, good.
It's a sign from God. A foretells what we'll do with the liquid loot we take from the globe.
I wanted to charge them with terrible.
Oh, I think they're quite... I'm gonna stay a little bit back.
Didn't expect that, eh?
Yeah, but.
Okay, it's really bloody laggy. I am sorry for that. And yes, I'm just hacking because there's no friendly fire. I don't know who's the enemy and which is not. Ah, okay, that's one of us.
Fucking hell.
It's like a bad action movie, right? There are 3 guys standing around one and only one is actually hitting him. Okay, we have a little bit of talking in front of us. I'm just in case, because I'm worried, as usual, gonna apply a marigold potion. And I would like to check out one thing. Okay, so we missed... Oh, that's too bad, actually. Okay, what we missed is taking out the other raiders' camp, sadly enough.
You want to have a scrap with me?
Scrap? That's putting it in vulgar terms. I want to challenge you to an honourable bout of combat. Come and have a bit of a punch-up, Henry. A bruise or two will put some colour in your cheeks.
Okay, do you know what?
Always. I've got some nice little items to wager. What do you say?
Well, that depends what you have.
I've got a shield, a jupon, and a very fine embroidered hat. The shield's got the Rickvald crest. Nice piece, handles well, and tough enough to take quite a battering. Then I've got this combat jupon. Not only does it look good, but it'll help keep your skin in one piece. And then there's this noble hat. It's not a lot of use on the battlefield, but if you want to look elegant around town, it'll certainly make a big impression on folk.
and the girls will be fainting at your feet.
Since we had a wonderful little experience in the last stream on Wednesday, where we, let me actually put that a little bit higher, where we got a few dice and I began to slowly understand the game.
I could use that Jupon.
We'll
All right, but what
go
will
for
you
it.
wager? You'll have to make it worth my while. After all, fine things like these here don't just grow on trees.
They don't.
This should be enough, right?
That'll do me. Let's play.
Oder 400 Groschen. Right? Okay, let's see if I actually remember anything. Okay, we are definitely going to take all of them. Okay, good.
You're a brave soul taking me on. I'm not.
If I not have forgotten anything in the last 3 days, then this should be very, very fine. Good start. But I'll always try to give the enemy a little bit of a head start. So it's a little bit of a challenge for me. That's just how I roll.
We'll see.
Otherwise it would not be fun.
That's it. Your turn.
Okay, 450 is just fine with me. No matter to go into a bust there. Okay.
This'll be the one.
Although he has nice die, one nice die, two dice, I'm sorry. Okay.
That's all.
What the hell, what was that for a bloody move? That was insane. Maybe I was a tinsy little bit overconfident. But I don't know what the dagger is actually doing in the throwy thing.
No point in pushing it.
And he's putting out quite the throws there. Let's see what we can... Nice visual bug with... yeah. It's actually so distracting that I couldn't concentrate on my dice selection.
That'll do me.
Not that that would be any excuse I would like to bring, but that's quite annoying. Not a bust. Okay, good. Okay, it's at least a little bit more, but with the next throw, the dagger guy is gonna be through, I guess. Okay, that's it. Damn it.
Win it last.
No. We want to go on with the quest. No more. Try using if you... Okay. I would have skipped, but then let's use the other dice.
How about that game then?
The devil
Have you still
and the
got those
cheating
nice
one,
things you'd
if
like
you
to
ever
wager?
play again.
I
We do it
do
now,
indeed.
Kadesh. We do it
I
now.
could use that.
After all,
This should be an.
Okay, devil's head and the shrinking playing die you meant, right? And shall we take the odd die in with? So all of them, or and then we leave the other ones all out. Alrighty. Let's see.
I can't wait to see how you throw.
Ah, sorry. Kadesh, that was then. There I was too quick. And now the dagger or the sword even is a little bit bigger. Just a little bit more distracting. Or does it get bigger and bigger from play by play?
No point in pushing it.
The devil's head was a 1? I thought it was a bloody 6. Oh, crap me. Yes, you're right, it was a 1. Fuck me. You know it, Kadesh. You know it. I'm a bloody tart. But at least I know it. And inside is the first step for something better. Yep, the dagger's getting bigger and bigger.
Dice is made to be thrown.
Fuck! I want... No, sorry for the bad language. I didn't want to pass, I wanted to roll again. When I see these kinds of things in games, I always wonder how these kinds of bugs
That's it.
actually are being produced.
I shouldn't have pushed it.
Very, very interesting, I think. Okay, what's bloody missing is a bloody... Oh! It's actually a 3. Please no bust, please no bust. Yes! Okay, good. But we know that he can, with one throw, get 1,000. Or even a little bit more, so... I should not feel safe with just this little few points I'm actually ahead.
This'll be the one.
Please bust, baby.
God's holy hat.
Okay, why? This is what I don't understand. Why is he now nearly all the time busting? You think so? Could be possible. Yep, that could be we'll find out soon. Because I am in good feeling that we are going to do it. Unless he's gonna... Okay, just okay. Okay. Never mind.
That's it.
Okay, I was really hoping for
We'll see.
a little bust, but no. Okay, we are still ahead by 1,000, which is not bad. 1. What is missing? A bloody 2. Okay, now I remember that's a bloody 1. No. Now I'm confused.
Use your head, man. You'll lose everything.
Okay, 350. I was thinking after you said that actually 2. Since with the 6s, oh god, he did a fucking good move. Because I was then off too. He did a bloody great throw there. No, I'm not gonna go on that greedy. Just 900 missing that we can do with 1 throw. If I'm really a little bit lucky.
This'll be the one.
Nope, it's gonna be a bust, right?
Should I? Shouldn't I? No, I didn't.
What other number would be the devil's head? A 6? At least that is what I at least know from some board games or from custom dice, that whenever there was at least that is what I remember, when there's a face on it, it's usually the 6. I always thought. Try looking under the table when the game is over. Oh, a 5 is missing. Okay, maybe you can see how long the sword is. Okay, will do. And that was a bloody good, well, relatively good throw. Still, 100 points are missing. That means he's not gonna complete it this round.
Finished.
And so yeah, if I'm not busting, but the 6th side was, we saw already, and it's normal. You were right, there's the 6. That's weird.
Sacre! I can't believe it!
It's his sword. The sheeted sword, Kadesh. The devil is 2 or 3. Okay, and the sword was his sheeted sword. So we know how the bug was actually created, by sitting down. Nice. Okay. Meet with Kuno in the camp, in the bandit camp. Will do. I'm sorry. Okay, we are overloaded, which we will fix properly in a second. But we have received... Okay, I was not wearing the bloody ring. That's why I felt so, well, naked, I guess. Okay, that looks even a little bit neater. Okay, our horse lady. Can actually still carry a little bit. Although I have the feeling I removed something. Well, I'll take that risk. Okay, game saved. Map up. We are going to Reti. Depending on... Okay, we are going to arrive at day. The good part is, besides the fast travel, obviously the autopilot, I don't need to ride there by hand. That's not nasty, but great. We can then grab some food. And we shouldn't get overeaten then. Hopefully. Because I know some of you don't want to see the pig. Although pigs are cute animals. I just want to say that. And I heard they are quite intelligent. Compared to a cow. Okay, let's escape. Which did work out. 2 times we were bloody ambushed there. Ain't that nasty? Ah, yes, and we can wash ourselves. And hygiene was, I think,
Hey,
very...
lad, don't you want a little wager on the rat-aid tourney?
Nope. Was very important in the old days. And we ain't overeaten. I wonder, I'm so sorry. This is where I'm really weird. We are now up to 99. So, it gave us 11. Plus 11 in the hunger thingy. Yes, that sounded weird. I'm sorry. The later it gets, the weirder I get. And even it gets harder for me to actually formulate sentences.
Yeah.
So, let's see. We did now 2 quests with them. Let's see if that is then maybe going to be the last one. Not that I hope. And if we are actually gonna get to an end here, or if we today... What do you mean by... Ha ha ha, Kadesh. So nothing... Do you know that is cyber mobbing? Do you know that? And cyber mobbing ain't nice. I even named my spider after you. Okay, meet with Kuno. Why is this guy not here drinking? Oh no, we are not overeaten. That's... Oh, hello. How is that possible? Okay, I don't know why we... Why nothing has happened. Can you explain to me, Kadesh, why we are not overeaten? I don't get it. The 2 pots, we were at 99, should have completely filled us up over the level. I don't get it. Yeah, that's great. It's weird. And I think this is only stuff which happens to me. I take that quite personally. The gods are smiling upon me, that's why. Yep. We are not going to steal... Ah, there they're coming, so I was quite... I am named after God. After all. Okay, it's not marked as stolen, so I didn't do anything wrong. Okay, right out on the 3rd mission. The next mission is called where? Oh, hello, Kuno. Sir?
Can we set out?
Sure. We'll head towards Sasau today. Jakey heard at the tavern in Ledechko that someone there saw some unfamiliar horseman.
You think they could be Hagans?
Maybe, maybe not. It's enough that they're not local. Could be the escort of some merchant caravan, of course.
All right.
Jakey, go and scout ahead. Don't want us running into any surprises. See if there's a good spot for us to camp.
Right, Chief.
What's the matter with Jakey? No back talk.
I gave him a swig of schnapps at supper. Perhaps it made a man of him overnight.
Or that boar piss of yours took away his will to live.
Zastubi devite potoki vina, nes venis nes semezis viva, nes venis nes pescas eslavi, citali piem nes tevainam plavi. Hey! Kestia citale plemen ohadi, husti exodia bona tetradi.
All right, Henry. I'm coming, brother. Second. That's my horse.
We're on the riverbank.
We have to get back to the bank, quick, before they cut us off.
They had a good time. Okay, let's not get into the English language. Let's talk with sword fighting, which you know is my speciality. And yes, we are killing them all like they are little ants. Too bad. I'm not having any sort of bandages with me. Okay, there we are. Move to inventory, all of them. In case you wonder, I did that on purpose, the dropping in HP. To have a challenge. Of course, we can't apply them whilst we are in battle. That makes it even more challenging, and that is what I like. So, are we gonna bleed to death? Okay, could we be so kind and get out of combat? That would be very amazing. Okay. Kadesh, there's the porky face on the bottom. We are finally overeaten. Not that it matters, after all. I have to fix something annoying. If I look to the left, actually... Damn marigold, yep. What?
We'll lose them there.
Do you know who Charles IV's father is? Depends on which Charles you are actually talking about. But of course, I just got the text. That is what I'm looking up. John of Bohemia, and I think his mother was Elizabeth of Bohemia. Am I right? Not that I looked it up. He survived. That's good.
What now?
I don't know. They could be lying in wait for us anywhere. Someone must have snitched on us. We should split up and get the fuck out of here.
So every man for himself?
Just so.
But you think it was one of the band who betrayed us?
Look around for yourself. Who's missing? Jakey. That's who. I sent him on ahead, and he knows which way we're going. That little fucking Judas. When I get my hands on him, he'll rue the day he was born.
I'll try and track him down. He can't be too far away.
No, it's too risky. He could have Hagen's people all around him. All we need to do is get out of here in one piece.
Running away is actually not something I do like to do. You know, like the old Spartan way. No retreat, no surrender is actually the true way how to go through life. No prisoners, no mercy. That's the way how you should actually go through life, obviously. I'm sorry. My mind is just a little bit stupid oftentimes. How could that joke fly over your head, man? Because I'm Germanic. We are basically barbarians. You know, I'm not a fine Englishman or a noble French. I'm just a barbarian. And on the other hand, Kadesh, I don't have the biggest sense of humor. Humor is my enemy, yep. Because I think smiling and being happy is a sign of weakness. You know? That's what I say, men never cry. Oh god, Kadesh. I'm not gonna...
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, you distract me. Okay, I'm a little bit ashamed because we run away like cowards. Should have died there and fought like the good guys we actually are.
Yeah.
So then there's gonna be a little hunt of or for the guy who betrayed us. And I guess it's maybe gonna be fun, maybe not.
I see everyone made it back in one piece.
Thank Christ. Someone up there must like us. Somehow we always manage to get out of these sticky situations.
Yeah, someone up there, or someone down there.
Shit, right. Well, the main thing is we made it.
So we'll go patrolling again?
We will, but not you.
What? Why not?
I found out where Jakey is. I want you to grab him and beat everything he knows about Hagen out of him.
Do you know that cyber mobbing? I just have to say it.
Well, that sounds like a good plan. But why me?
For one thing, you're reliable. And for another, you're not likely to wring his neck on sight. Which can't be said for the rest of us.
Where is he hiding?
He isn't, a little shit. He's drinking away his 30 pieces of silver in some alehouse, bold as brass. The inn on the meadow, or something like that.
The inn in the glade?
Yeah, that's the one.
What are you going to be doing in the meanwhile?
We'll go on patrol as normal. It could be a trick, you see, to lure us into a trap.
But what if they're waiting to spring a trap on me?
It could well be, Henry, so you should be very careful. But one thing's for sure, Jakey won't be there forever. And someone's got to go and check it out.
I'll get going then.
Go. And when you find him, Deal with him however you see fit. Just make sure you find out what he knows first.
Right, Chief.
Okay. We are gonna talk to him. We are gonna get some information out of him. If we like it, what we hear, he may live on. If he says something which we don't like betraying us, we are gonna bloody end his life. We act like in the old world. But you gotta excuse me one last time. I'm gonna be right back. All right. He's drinking his 30 pieces of silver. The amount Judas got for betraying Jesus. Can I ask you something, Kadesh? Did you look that up or did you know that? Because I would, without looking up, I would never, okay, I didn't read the Bible, so. But even did, I wouldn't have remembered that amount. I know that. You are a nerd. I always thought Murat was the nerd with all his calculations. I was so wrong.
Oh, I'm able to go with the ale.
Okay, I'm wrong.
Got it for you right here.
Yeah, he got nailed, right? I'm sorry, you don't make jokes about religious people.
you.
I'm looking for a young fellow by the name of Jakey.
A cheeky-looking stripling.
That'll be him, all right.
Well, I don't like to snitch on my guests. It ain't good for business. Since it's you, I'll make an exception.
Thanks, Andrew.
Well, I was gonna throw him out on his ear at first. He strolls in here like some lord, ordering people around. He's nothing but a snot-nosed brat. But then, he showed me the weight of his person. Well, business is business. He stayed here a couple of days. Yesterday evening, he was boozing here. And then went off to the woods with some wench.
To the woods? That's a very broad term in these parts.
Someone said they saw them heading south across the meadow. There's pine woods there and cliffs, and that's where they went. The girl's father was here with her, a merchant. As soon as he noticed she was gone, he went off to look for her. You might meet him.
All right. Thanks.
Yeah, give me a minute.
Okay. Are you there, father? It's me, you. I'm sorry, you are no nerd, Kadesh. I think you are a geek. Because you are geeking out.
Yeah.
And why did you read parts of the Bible, man? I mean, reading is great, but I could think of 100 books which are way better. I would even say 50 Shades of Grey would be better than reading the bloody Bible. Just saying.
God be with you.
What's going on here?
Marie, my daughter has run away. That's what's going on. Some people at the inn said they saw her running this way with some fellow. And not far from here, I found a scarf.
I see. Why don't you follow her then?
I would, of course. Only they said the fellow was armed. And I've got a horse and wagon here. I might get robbed while my back was turned.
Well, she's your daughter. Are you just going to stand here and do nothing?
The thing is, it's not the first time she's done it. And she always came back. But I've got to carry on to Sternberg, and she's nowhere to be found.
Ah. Well. We have something in common. I'm looking for that fellow who ran off with your daughter.
What? You know him?
A little.
Is he dangerous?
I'd be very worried in your shoes. This Jakey is a damn dangerous robber.
Jesus Christ! Jakey, you say? Doesn't sound like the name of an outlaw.
Oh, that's what makes him so dangerous. People underestimate him. I can have a look for your Maria, if you want.
You do that?
Of course. Helping my neighbour in his hour of need is my Christian duty.
Thank you. Thank you kindly.
You said you found her scarf here somewhere?
Yes. Right past the shrubbery there. Hanging on a tree.
I'll have a look that way then.
May the Lord watch over you.
Nothing against the conversation.
With that girl?
And I know worldly things like, you know, the stuff you own is very, very dear, but wouldn't normally a father directly run after his daughter? Or if he has a son, his son? I would do that, I think. And I mean, this guy, if the house would be burning, he would just leave his daughter there too, right? I'm sorry. It's late.
Oh, you started getting interest in here.
Maybe they are just making love.
Seems it's not booze we're interested in anymore.
But since it's not the first time, maybe he's bought. Maybe.
Ah, shameless hussy.
Hello, boy. Oh, she ripped him off.
I'm glad you're here, Henry. I thought I'd be stuck here till Judgment Day.
What the fuck are you doing here?
I picked up this wench at the inn, see? And we wanted to go somewhere quiet. Only the bitch whacked me on the head with a rock and fucked off with all my coin.
Did she now? And which way did she go?
I haven't a clue. But I reckon as far away from her father as she can get. She won't be going back in a hurry. I've met some mad wenches in my time, but that one was a piece of work. She could have just asked me for coin, instead of trying to smash my skull right away. And then to leave me like this.
I'd say that's the pot calling the kettle black.
Listen, Henry, that thing with Hagen, I didn't want to, really. But they kept threatening me. And then they offered me coin. Jesus, Henry, I've never seen a pile of coin like that in my life. Kuno wouldn't give me as much as half a groschen for a cheap wench.
Yeah, my heart bleeds. Enough. Tell me where I can find Hagen.
Hagen? Lord Zool? Yeah, I'll tell you, Henry. We're still mates, right?
Mates? After you dropped me and the others in the ship? You know we could have all been killed at that ford.
Jesus, I know, Henry. I'm sorry, truly. But look here. If I tell you where to find Zool, you'll let me go, right?
Let you go? That rock must have really scrambled your brains.
Henry, I'm really sorry. I swear. Those fellas scared the wits out of me.
I can believe that. But why didn't you tell us about it? You didn't have to betray us.
I don't know. I was confused. Please, let me go.
First, tell me where Hagen is, and then we'll see.
I won't say anything as long as I'm tied up. I know how that goes. I'll be left here for the crows.
Okay, I say we are going to untie him, and if he's not gonna tell us what we wanna know, we're just going to follow him and bloody kill him.
Alright, I'll untie you.
Thanks, Henry. I knew you wouldn't leave me here.
Spit it out, quick.
Sure. Hagen's planning to lead a raid on Samapesh himself. He wants to torch the whole village, soon.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's awful. I'd like to stay here and talk about it, but if that's everything, I'd rather be on my way.
Yeah, you can go, alright. You can go with me to the Rat-Eye jailhouse.
Wait! We had an agreement! You promised you'd let me go!
I promised to untie you. I didn't say a word about what would happen after.
You fucker!
Is he gonna punch? Okay. What a shame. Well, that was justice, I say. Okay, good thing. His head didn't fall off when she hit him on the head with the rock. Yup. But as you can see, Kadesh, it is very, very tightly put on his head, so maybe that's the reason. Okay, we could talk to the father, although it ain't marked on the map, and a village is actually being threatened. So we rather quickly try to undo the bad things which might happen to innocent people there. Although I have to say, obviously, it wasn't a cool one, right? I mean, she did try to rob him, although he was an asshole too.
Henry, what are you doing with that weapon in your hand? That's forbidden. Put it away.
Buddy, I just killed someone. You should be a little bit afraid.
Yeah.
Okay, we can sleep at the camp. Let's see if we just in time, well, not in time, but maybe still talk to the leader, Kuno, I'm sorry, Kuno his name is, and see, well, if we can already start going after Hagen.
Yeah.
Not a nice name after all, I would say.
Yeah.
Thank you, game, for thinking and saving the game. I would not have thought about that. Okay, right against Hagen. Okay, so we need to spend the night without much comfort in this little bed. Okay, we sleep till 8. Don't know if he's already up at 7. Then we can eat. And then we are going to have the last portion of the quest. And again, I'm quite surprised about the length of this DLC again. I mean, the other two we played were 3 hours or a little bit over or under, plus minus 10-15 minutes. So I'm quite surprised we are now nearly at 2.5 hours, so didn't expect that. So that's good. Is Hagen from Gothic? Thank you for the spoiler. No, just kidding. So, you look bored, buddy. We want to do some action.
I found Jakey, and I know what Hagen is planning.
Spit it out, then.
Zul plans to raid Samapesh, and he wants to lead the attack himself.
I see. And what about that treacherous little bastard?
He's dead.
Ah, well. I would have thought that news would come as a relief. But to be honest, I suppose I have a soft spot for the little fucker. Well, what's to be done? It was his own stupidity that killed him. Saddle up now. We'll ride to Samapesh right away.
All right.
So much the soft spot that he, well, didn't. Anyways, okay, I think we have never visited that village. Could it be? Although I might be awfully wrong here. But let's find out. Oh, that doesn't look good.
There they are. I can see Zul's colours. It seems they want a parley, sir.
Parlay, eh? Right then. Let's parlay.
God be with you, Sir Kuno.
My respects, Sir Hagen.
I don't believe I've had the pleasure since the siege of Lansenbach, wasn't it?
An age ago that was. In those days we fought under the same banner.
We did. And even today, we may yet part friends. After all, my quarrel is not with you, but with Cobula.
The thing is, your quarrel with Lord Cobula is my affair, since he tasked me with keeping order in his lands. And you, Hagen, you are disturbing that order.
No offense, sir, but you are just a mercenary whose main concern is keeping order in his purse. My dispute with Radzig Cobula concerns a higher ideal. Cobula shamed my family over a trifling misdemeanor. He hanged my father, razed our castle to the ground, gave our property away to his family and cronies. And for that, I demand just retribution. But you don't have to stand in my way, Kuno. I'm well aware why you serve Radzig. You owe him a favor. And from what I've heard, it's not the first time you've had to pay him back. It won't be the last either. The fact of the matter is, you fight Cobula's battles for him, and you've little or nothing to show for it. If you accept my offer, on the other hand, you can ride away from here a rich man. What do you say, sir?
Kuno, you can't do it.
You're making a common mistake, Henry. There's a difference between what a man can't do and what he ought not to do. In this case, the difference is the size of Hagen's offer.
Have you no honor at all? To sell yourself to the highest bidder?
The only bidder. Radzig never offered me a groschen.
Because you owe him a favor.
And this is the third time I've had to pay him back. My conscience is clean.
Tell me, Kuno, what do you think makes a good mercenary?
If I knew that, I'd have a marble palace in Florence. I'd sit all day on a golden throne, drinking wine. But I suppose for a start, he should be skilled in warfare.
Oh, that's how you see it. But what about those who enlist your service? What they value is loyalty and fulfilling your duty. A mercenary who turns after coin like a vane after the wind isn't worth his salt.
An eloquent speech, but like I said, I've paid Radzig back quite enough. So if you don't mind, I'll take that pile of coin and fuck off.
And then what? Do you think anyone will ever hire you again after they hear of this?
With that much money, I won't have to worry about that for a while. Anyway, everyone will understand how things really stand.
Do you really think Sir Radzig and others like him will share your interpretation of mercenaries' honor? Not a chance. Everyone will see you for the swindler and turncoat you are, and Sir Radzig and I will make damn sure you won't come out of this smelling of roses.
Are you threatening me?
Call it what you like.
Fine. It seems you have learned something after all.
You'll stay, then?
Obviously.
It didn't seem so obvious to me.
Come on now, Henry. Don't take offense. And let's go and deal with Hagen.
Okay. Didn't expect that.
It's true, Sir Hagen. This is not the first time I've paid Radzig back. Nor will it be the last. But then, he did save my neck from the noose. So I'll be long beholden to him. I'll make no bargain with you. But I will take your silver.
You would fight me? You're a damn fool.
I've no wish to fight, but neither do you. Otherwise you wouldn't have tried to buy me off. So it seems that we're evenly matched.
Let's see who fortune favors.
So be it.
Oh yeah, that is gonna be fun, although we are gonna hold a little bit back. You know, honor and everything, and then attacking the bad boys from the back. That is how you should do it, actually. Ah, thank you for helping out, buddy. Thank you. Although he just did a frack steal, right? Not nice. Ah, okay, the Hagen is already down. I would like to steal... What? I am not certain whether that was supposed to happen. Okay. We could of course try to save him. But on the other hand, I don't know if it's actually supposed to be, whether it's supposed that he's saved. So we are just gonna report to Sir Redsick, and I guess he's gonna say, so his death is actually paid off. And I guess we are then nearly at the end. That's gonna be fun. So then let's have a little chat with Sir Redsick and see what he's gonna tell us. So overall, I like that guy. You know, I would like to save him, to be honest, but sometimes you just have to game it out as it is, right?
What the?
Okay, is he above us? Or is he fucking sleeping? Okay, where's that lazy boy? Of course, sitting around on his ass, doing nothing.
Greetings. What do you need?
Sir, we got rid of Zool.
finally, some good news. Tell me all about it.
We caught up with Hagen in the fields near Merhoyed, and there was a skirmish. But before that, Hagen tried to bribe Kuno.
Tell me, how did you persuade Kuno to stay on our side?
You're assuming Kuno would have gone for Hagen's offer?
I'm quite certain he gave it some thought. Considering I don't pay him a single groschen, probably quite a lot of thought.
You're quite right.
So, how did you persuade him?
I simply appealed to his honor, sir.
Simply. Knowing Kuno, I'd say it would be simpler to persuade the devil to go to church on Sunday.
That's not far off the mark. But maybe he's not that bad after all. In the end, he did stay and fight for you.
Any losses on our side? Kuno's men? How did they fare?
Some of Kuno's men fell, unfortunately.
I'm sorry to hear that. Such is a mercenary's life. May they rest in peace. Anyway, you deserve a reward for your efforts. And thank you, Henry. Once again, I'm beholden to you. I don't know what I'd do without you.
Thank you, sir. But I'm sure you'd have managed without me.
Don't be so modest, lad. Since that catastrophe at Skalitz, I don't have many people left that I can rely on. Best go and rest now.
Thank you, sir.
Goodbye.
Right, alright. That went quicker as I thought. That's good. That ain't that bad. So guys. Okay, two things. We still have an epilogue, right? And since we are going to hop on a different game on Sunday, I can tell you we still have DLCs open. Treasures of the Past, From the Ashes, and the tournament. These guys are gonna land into some sort of Let's Play, which will come out over the course of the next 2 weeks, actually. I hope, if I have the time. We are going to enjoy the epilogue right now, and then it's gonna be the end of today's stream. I don't know how long the epilogue is actually going to go, and as I said, the other DLCs are gonna put into a Let's Play. Because to be honest, I wanna jump into Gothic, and basically we are through. Except there is a loud cry in chat. Then we could do it then we could still play them. But if not, then I would just put them into a Let's Play. And on Sunday, then we will start with Gothic 2. The next game on the list. Gothic type. Okay, so DLC is gonna land in a Let's Play, and on Sunday, Gothic 2 it is. So let us enjoy the epilogue to have some sort of frame for the stream. We had the beginning, and we obviously gonna have the ending, and I gotta remember that save game. From that on, we are going to, well, get into the Let's Play. Okay, now I only need to find Hans.
Sir Capon didn't want to wait for you any longer, sir. So he left to go hunting. He said they'd wait for you in the camp by the road, near Neuhof.
And I thought the two of us would have had a connection there. Oh, I'm sorry. That's actually the camp where we already have been. Where we started the wonderful tale the last time, right? With the love story. Can you please remove the marker on the map before you... Theoretically we are ending the game, Kadesh, but practically we are going on in the Let's Play. But which marker do you mean? We are talking about... You're talking about Thick as Thieves Peshek or this one? That's actually the only marker left, right? This is a quest marker. How can I remove them? Can you tell me? I'm sorry. You could have taught me earlier, then I would have immediately removed it. I've seen it 2 or 3 times, but I know. I just wanted to kid you. So, Kadesh, any last words? Anything to say which would otherwise annoy you? Then I'll switch it off. Otherwise, I'm gonna talk to Hans now. It's your last shot. You are at peace. Okay, good. Then let's hop to the epilogue.
How about it, Henry? Can we go? Are you ready for this?
Of course. At last I'll get to see more of the country and have a bit of an outing.
Quite. Let's get to it then. I finally have the feeling we're doing something worthwhile. We're helping to save the king.
Instead of saving his drunken majesty, I'd rather find that whoreson who murdered my parents, get the sword back from him, and skewer him with it.
Cheer up, Henry. I've a feeling you'll get your chance one day, and it won't be long in coming. Forward, men! Audentes fortuna juvat!
The end. I thought there was a epilogue upcoming, but as it seems not. So that's nice. But to be honest, doesn't that scream for a second part? For a part 2? I would say so. Ah, press E to continue. That was it. That was it. Okay. I don't even know what to say. Except I had a blast. As I said, the other 2-3 DLCs are gonna land into a Let's Play. For live stream, we are gonna hop on to the new game. And one thing first, I gotta thank Warhorse Studios for this wonderful game. Because I absolutely enjoyed it. And of course, Kadesh, I thank you for so much for the suggestion. I cannot believe how much fun I had, and think about it, we spent 68.5 hours together in this wonderful world. Alright, as I said, the other DLCs land in a Let's Play. It's then gonna be the end for today's stream, a little bit earlier, but only 18 minutes. We hop again, I can just say that, on Sunday into Gothic 2. I hope that I'm gonna enjoy it, but I can, at least what I've seen from a Gothic 2 live stream, there is gonna be a lot of quick saving involved, so a lot of effing up on my side too. And hopefully Kadesh is then even gonna help out a little bit, because I've never played Gothic before, so that might get a little bit embarrassing, but well, was with this game too, right? Okay, Mick and Kadesh, I really thank you for watching, for being alive here and helping me out and not being too annoyed by me, and hopefully you have a wonderful weekend, and we see us on Sunday with a brand new game. Well, it's not technically brand new. I thought you played it already. No. At least not Gothic 2. That's the surprise thing. Okay, guys. I'm now gonna hop off and play FIFA 22. And have a wonderful night. See you on Sunday.